What is up, YouTube? I just got back from EVO, and as you guys probably saw, there were a ton of announcements, tons of sick announcements at EVO, and I want to go through them all, give you my impressions. A lot of these characters I've tried or heard impressions of, and I might have a little bit more insight to what you're useful for because I was on the show floor, hearing about these characters, talking to the devs and that sort of thing. And we'll start with Granblue. So Granblue is pretty sick. You probably know Will Nas, new character, actually out as of this recording. And I haven't got a chance to try it. But basically, big buttons, very brawler type character. The main thing that separates him from like other characters is a lot of characters have like auto combos and like very, how do I say, like more structure to the offense, where Willis, no auto combo. He relies more on links, kind of like a Street Fighter 6 character, which is pretty cool actually. The other thing that I think is really neat about Granblue that they announced at EVO were EX characters. And I actually want to make a whole video on this. I think EX characters, what they did was like they have Gran in the game, but they added a completely new moveset to him, so he plays like a different character. It's really cool. I want to make a video on that because it's a way to recycle assets but add a shit ton of depth to the game. And they did it for Gran, Jita, and Narmaya, and it's really sick. I'm gonna make a video on it. It's really cool. And we got Meg coming in October, I believe. And Koji Kogo won Evo. Koji Kogo friend of the stream. So love to see it. Granblue looking pretty sick. Another game the future is looking pretty sick of is Guilty Gear Strive. Now Guilty Gear Strive, very interesting. We have 3.5 million people that have downloaded it. So we have, how do I put this? More to come, which means Guilty Gear season or 2.0 is coming, and which is this trailer. And we don't necessarily know what Guilty Gear 2.0 means. Maybe it's a new game like Guilty Gear Rev 2. No, what is it? Xrd. Basically, Guilty Gear Xrd 2. I think it was called Rev 2. But they actually sold that as a new game, at like a more complete project. That's my guess as to what this is, and it'll be like a more revamped thing. But it could be something else. We don't know. And the other thing they obviously announced is Lucy. She looks sick. She's going to be out in a few weeks along with rank mode, along with rebalance. We know there's a few things coming in the rebalance of the game. In particular, they're going to nerf Guard Crush. In particular, they're going to nerf Wild Assault. Basically, the things that people have complained about. So the hopium for Strive is really high, because not only do you have a new rank mode, which is what people have been asking for the longest time, but you got this character that, look at the amount of views on this trailer. Almost 1 million views for an anime game. Almost 1 million views. That's kind of crazy. So I think a lot of people are really looking forward to Lucy. Not to mention all the other things that this character and this new update's gonna bring. And then I suspect after that, we're not going to get any updates till 2026. So Arxis, don't fuck it up, because if you fuck it up, it's going to be like that for a year. Speaking of another anime game, Under Night Birth. This is Azumi. I haven't played Azumi. She's coming out soon. Maybe chat can help. She was playable at at EVO. There's like this exhibition where like people would fight the devs with Azumi. She looks pretty cool. I don't really have any particular insight on her. Fatal Fury, I do have some insight. So Fatal Fury added Ken. Ken's really cool. I'm gonna make a video about this character, because even though it's Fatal Fury, even though Fatal Fury videos don't do well on YouTube, this is one of the coolest guest characters I've ever seen. Not because it's Ken. I'm actually not like a huge Ken fan. It's because they implemented him in like a way that's very unique to the game. Like they gave him like, he basically plays like Street Fighter 6 but in a Fatal Fury sphere, and he doesn't play like any other characters, which is weird because he's a Shoto, right? That's all I can really say without going like super in depth. Really cool. They also patched the game, as you guys can see. I don't really like the patch. I'ma keep it a buck. They nerfed Billy to the ground. So, you know, one of the complaints is that you keep seeing the same characters. They nerfed Billy to the ground, so you're not gonna see him as much. But they kept Kain and Hokutomaru pretty much the same. So you're still gonna see those characters a lot. But they did buff Ronaldo. But I might switch to Ken. We'll see. Also, Azumi's August 19th. Okay, sick. Maybe I will get a chance to play the character then. Actually, I haven't made a Under Night video in a while. I might make one for Azumi. That'd be cool. They released Omni-Man for Invincible Versus. I actually got a chance to finally play Invincible Versus. It's a fun game. It's very different than like 2XKO or Tokon. Feels It reminds me a little bit of KI, like Killer Instinct, but like with a team game, kind of like how MK11 went from like MK11 to MK1. Kind of gives me those kind of vibes. It's like you kind of like tacking on a team element to like a 1v1 game. But the movement's really cool. I like the movement. I like how the characters feel very unique. But I have to play it more to give like more substantial thoughts because I only got a chance to play for an hour. But Omni-Man's in. Who would have guessed? Tekken, you know, this character's released. Mary Zoe. We don't know much about her. I don't even think we know when she's coming out. Because Armor King is the next character to come out, and they obviously like showed his trailer. But I'm not huge. I haven't been following Tekken that much. She seems cool. She seems like my kind of character, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Anyways, let's talk about Marvel Tekken. I don't know why I got the fuzziest screenshot for this, but Marvel Tekken is having a closed beta. I got to play Marvel Tekken. I'm gonna put a video out. It's super fun. I think this game is peak. Please, 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 please sign up for the beta because I think this game might actually be like the biggest new fighting game out because obviously you got the Marvel IP, but this game is like this game's so sick. That's all I can really say. It just feels different than like a normal tag. It feels like a more a less degenerate tag fighting game. I know that sounds weird. It's like if you mix like, you know how Granblue is like not that degenerate game. Yes, you have dash L, but you don't have like assist. You don't have full screen neutral skip generally. You have dash L, that's only a half screen neutral skip. Let's be real. It's like if you took dash L out of Granblue and then added BB tag mechanics to it. That's how the game feels. And then like sprinkle a little bit of Guilty Gear in with like the air dashes and stuff. I think this game's cool. They took a really creative approach. I think this game, you know, is backing from Sony and all that. I have really high hopes for this game. Try out the beta, you'll see what I mean. And we also got Virtual Fighter. Basically, there's not much. They showed two characters fighting in a training room. Very not flashy, but the graphics look great. We're gonna find out more at Tokyo Game Show. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I think the future of fighting games looks bright. To be honest, I think there's a lot of cool stuff that we're gonna see. In the future. I think what I'm looking forward to most is, you know, I'm gonna play Sagat. Oh, I didn't even talk about Viper. What the hell? I guess I deleted my Viper tag. You know, we got to see Viper. She's coming in the fall. She has a new upgraded look. That seems to be a very common theme. We get a lot of characters with like new upgraded looks, right? And Viper's one of them. She's gonna be cool. We didn't actually get to see gameplay. There's not really much to show. Obviously we got Sagat now. Sagat's really fun. Character's broken as shit. But fighting games look great. Not really much on the 2XKO front because we know it's coming out September 9th. I thought we're gonna like see like a roadmap or something. I guess that's like the only thing I'm disappointed in. I thought there's gonna be a little bit more 2XKO news, but they promised to keep releasing stuff as we get closer to the closed beta. So maybe a future video on that. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later, and like, share, subscribe, and peace.